Hey guys, welcome to the new lecture of IPR and Cyber Law Lecture 2016 Paper Solution. My name is Diruk Parmar and we are discussing B.Sc Sem 6 subject IPR and Cyber Law Paper Solution. Now, in last lecture, we have completed our discussion till question 5, sub-question D. Now, in this particular lecture, we are going to start our discussion with question 6, and that is sub question A. Now basically in this particular question they are asking what does chapter 3 of IT Act 2000, and it is specifically we need to answer it with respect to e-governance. How basically we have added some rules or clauses in chapter 3 of IT Act. Now as we know, IT Act 2000, which is divided in chapters and schedules, we are not that concerned for right now. We are only going to discuss few of the provisions which are provided under chapter 3 with respect to e-governance. So let's start our discussion. As we said, key chapter 3 of IT Act for e-governance. E-governance, what we mean by governance? Governing some area means providing, applying some rules, regulations. Like Indian government basically applies rules and regulation, and in turn we can basically we can achieve democracy, then sovereignty, integrity of our nation. So how we basically govern something? Basically we know everyone has some type of fundamental rights, some type of rights everyone has. So to secure those rights, everyone should stay in a harmony. That is the most important part, and hence governance is the most important part. Now before we only concern about physical governance, but as and when we started using computers, and that is also cyberspace, governance in cyberspace or in over internet, that is also became one of the most important part. So in this particular section we are going to discuss some provisions which we have added under Information Technology Act 2000 with respect to e-governance, means governing, applying rules and regulation, monitoring the system, whether one should not harm, harmony should be maintained. Cyber terrorism, we are blocking those things. Cyber warfare, we are defending our countries or our country's confidential data against those type of attack which might be happening from our enemy neighbors, for example Pakistan, and many other things. So let's start our discussion. First is section 4, which is provided under this. Now one thing before we start discussing with this IT Act, we basically talking about some act, and in this particular act we have different rules. Now we often heard about rules whenever we discuss rules, sometimes defined as article 1 2 3 4 or sometimes section 1 2 3 4. Now just if we are writing a law paper, then we should quite clear with the concept when to use article number 1 2 3 4 and when to use section, as I have written here section. So basically article, if we have amended constitution, Indian constitution, if we have added some new rules after amending a new constitution, for example we as per the Indian constitution 121 we have added GST, goods and services tax. So if any rule we need to talk with respect to GST, then we use the word article there. And without amending Indian constitution, if we have added some rule, so those type of rules or act are called as statutory rules or laws. So when we talk about statutory rules or law, that time those rules are prescribed or defined by the word section, not by the word article. I hope this particular point is clear. So now let's start discussion. Section 4. What this section 4 states that it provides legal recognition to electronic records. So basically the weightage which we have given to some agreement which is present in a physical format, the same weightage now a time we give to electronic records as well. Same weightage. For example, if we talk about check, so if I have given you a check that is in a physical format, a paper check, and at the same time if I give you electronic check, both type of check contains the same weightage, same value, and same rules are applicable on both of those things. Paper-based documents are equated with electronic so long as they are made available in electronic form, as I said. Then next is section 5. Basically we often talk about signature. So if, as and when we sign some document with our physical signature, means write our name or some credentials we add, the same way if we sending documents over internet, that time we add electronic or digital signatures. So under chapter 3 of IT Act 2000, we have given same weightage to electronic or digital signature as well as much handwritten signature has. So confer legal recognition to digital signature and equates it with handwritten signature. So as much value or as much importance we give to handwritten signature, the same weightage or same value we have also provided to digital signature. And the same signature we can add on many different documents which we basically send and receive during our important company's work. Now, next particular part is section 6. Basically, this aims to eliminate red tapeism. So now, what do we mean by red tapeism? Restricting companies or processes at that limit that they find it so suffocating working with those type of companies. So reducing barriers, giving liberties, that is what we mean by red tapeism. Reduce, or somewhere we need to compromise on rules and regulation, and then only more companies will be able to work freely. So we are basically providing freedoms at some point of time, and we are also limiting those freedom. So restricting someone, that is red tapeism, and eliminating restrictions, that is we added under section 6. So less rules and regulation, you have more chance to explore your business, you have more scope to expand the businesses, reach out to more customers without much hesitations. So as we say, red tapeism and promote use of electronic records and digital signature and government and its agencies. So now it becomes very easy to directly interact with any government organization. We don't need to stand in long queues, wait for our turn, and in that time was as well sometimes people used to go for bribing or something. So all those things are eliminated now. Once any government officer accepts your application for any XYZ process, then they have to complete the same application within 14 or 15 days or within 1 or 2 months, whichever time is prescribed to you. And if they don't complete the same task within the same duration, then officially we can file an RTI, that is right to information. Now that is also one of this type of provision which is provided to us, right to information, that is in the year 2005, which helps us to basically eliminate red tapeism. So now one government officer cannot threat or delay our work. Same way, section 7 allows retention of electronic record like paper-based records to fulfill legal requirement of retention of records. So paper records and electronic records both contains the same value, and we can officially convert the paper document into electronic form so that we can save space and it is long lasting as well. Now some other provisions, as you can see, in case of electronic as well as the traditional printed gazettes. For example, if we publish some book or novel or anything, if it is in a public world, then if someone makes xerox of the same book, then I can limit that particular person. Why? Because that considered to be piracy of the same book. Now if someone scans the book or a textbook and generates one pirated copy of the same textbook in PDF or electronic format, then also the same rules are applicable. So as we can see, in case of electronic as well as traditional printed, traditional means paperback, it is stipulated that publication of rules, regulation and notification shall be legally recognized. So basically rules are applicable or recognized on paperback book as well as PDF copy of that book. Therefore, where the publication of any rule, regulation, bylaw and notification is required, what are other things are provided here? Both, if we have officially gazetted, published in electronic as well as printed form, the date of publication shall be date of publication of official gazette. At the same time, no person can insist on electronic filing of returns or records, as the government needs sufficient time to set up infrastructure facility. Basically, government has provided many different facilities under e-governance or digital India, but we cannot insist government to start everything on electronic platform, because they need some time. Basically, as we know, we have huge population, and maintaining everything, controlling everything directly over internet, that or directly over computers, that take lot of time. So basically, we also need to give some time to them. Same way, central government has been conferred with power to make rules in respect of, basically they can modify or add some provisions with respect to digital signature and many other things. So if you watch my previous lecture, you can easily get some basic idea about how we can get digital certificates and what is the main purpose of digital signature. We have already discussed this particular point. Now, last is recently implementing the e-governance or implementing the e-governance provision. What are the e-governance provision? For example, now a time we can book Indian Railways ticket or train tickets online. We can book flight tickets online. So at the same time, have started internet reservation facility. Its website wherever reservation can be made online through use of credit cards or debit cards or EFT, electronic fund transfer as well. Or there are many different ways are provided by our government. The same time, we can also pay taxes online. And if companies want to start a new company, then or if they want some different types of license, for example Gumasta license or import export license, then they can directly file an application online, and this all process is automated. So within a defined time frame, we definitely going to get some result, whether our application is accepted or whether our application is rejected. And in case if our application is rejected, what are the circumstances under which our application was rejected, and if eligibility is the criteria, then they will also prescribe you that we need some different eligibility criteria and how you can achieve the same. So there are some suggestions, help also provided by government, and they basically make the process more simple. So instead of wasting, before import export license or Gumasta license used to take months and months to receive or to file an application, but nowadays within just few minutes we can officially apply for the same things, and we can track the record, like our application, how much it is in a process, how long it will take more time. Everything is defined online. At the same time, we can also apply for licenses, driving licenses, passports. Everything is online in an hour time. And many time, as we can see, nowadays we can reach to our government with the help of Twitter as well. We often find Twitter handle of our external ministry, ministers Sushma Swaraj and many diplomats are available also there. So we can, if we have some problems, we can also ask, or some suggestions we can also provide it. For example, our Prime Minister also starts Man Ki Baat, where they basically started their own platform. Like Narendra Modi's platform is also available there. So we can officially make some suggestions to them. We can officially comment on some facilities or some new schemes defined under Pradhan Mantri schemes. So we can provide our suggestions. We can also provide us some ideas. At the same time, if we are not agreed with something, then also we can ask question to them, and they have to answer it. As I already discussed, if we need to officially question government agencies, then we can file an RTI, that is Right to Information application, and in return government provides some information to us. Okay, so basically if we have completed our discussion till this point, next time we'll start with this particular question, that is question number 6, sub question B. And if you have any doubt, you please feel free to ask me on this particular ID. As soon as I get the time, I'll revert back to you. Thank you.